popping? We are late, but we are here. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. We are laughing. James got some weird neighbors running
I do,
around.
y'all. Y'all, to let y'all in, it's a good story. So my neighbor 2 floors down feeds the stray birds that are around the parking lot. And we've complained about this because the birds are shitting everywhere. So she decided to take the birds to the end of the parking lot and feed them there. But what they're doing is once she's done feeding them, they follow her back to her apartment and then wait for her to come out again.
I cannot.
Y'all seen Home Alone 2? It is exactly that.
Now, when I see the news talking about bird flu and it's lots of cases in Phoenix, Arizona, I'm gonna know why. I'm gonna know why.
And I'm gonna move exactly when that happened because you ain't gonna get me.
He said it, I'm gone. Y'all, we are here for 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This episode was titled Cabin Pressure Rising, the 6th episode of the 8th season. Let's just jump into it because this was a lot. And the sun is setting. I live in an apartment that has floor to ceiling windows and looks out at the bay. So there's a lot of sun. So I'm sorry if y'all can't see me. Let's start with Lisa and Daniel. Well, Lisa is in Nigeria and Daniel dropped down to his knees and proposed. He wasted no time because the ancestors have approved this union and his dead mama said he is to marry a white woman. So he found him one. Daniel, you kind of fine. You could have probably found a white woman. Now, over
in your age, maybe.
We got a friend named Trig over in Stig, whatever the fuck his name is, over in Belize. And Aviva's a little white girl, and he seemed to have a history of dating little white girls. And he's a black man. Why did you have to go for this white woman, sir?
I mean, Phoenix got plenty of them. I wish the ancestors told you to find a young man in his mid-30s.
We got plenty of them out here, too, in California.
She didn't even hear me. That went over her head.
I'm looking and I'm just like, Daniel, because I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I think he's scamming her. I really do. He proposes. She says yes. Every time they kiss, I was, in the words of Shayna, when Shayna messages me, yuck. Stop it. James said to me in a private that him kissing Lisa was like a horse trying to eat a Tic Tac. I said, you know what?
I don't understand why you got to open your mouth that big, sir, and why you got to put that big ass tongue. It was it was a lot. That is a lot. I didn't know whether I should have been turned on or disgusted because it was like, because y'all understand Daniel is my type. He really is. So it was really.
I'd rather see Daniel kissing you, kissing a turtle, kissing a dog. I don't want to see this. This is like, and it kind of makes me feel bad for Lisa because you could tell that Lisa seems okay.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's just that person that makes chronic bad decisions as it relates to dating. I think Lisa marries whoever comes her way. I genuinely do.
And I think she just marries for attraction. Like when I look at her, she reminds me a lot of me. I think that she really just goes out of attraction and she'll figure out the rest later. I really do. I think that that's what it is because he's definitely hurt. Like she can't stop talking about how he looks. So I'm just like, okay, so she may be somebody that just goes off attraction and then she'll figure out the rest later.
Child, I hope so. But Lisa and Daniel, she says yes to the engagement proposal. She was nervous. I heard the African people say yes. Said, come on, give him a yes. And I'm just like, girl, just say yes. Because you promised your baby that you wouldn't get married. Not that you wouldn't get engaged. But Lisa feels bad because she didn't want to get engaged to Daniel before she tells him the truth. And I think she would have told him the truth. She seems like the type to do it. But you should have told him before you got on that plane, Lisa.
Right.
Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Like, why wait?
I feel like why? Because here's the thing. She probably was scared she was going to lose him. But at the end of because he made it very clear, she can't smoke, She can't have any physical attraction or relations with the same sex. She do it all. So, I think that she was scared to really be honest. And that's why I'm saying, you know, a lot of y'all colorless lie about stupid shit just to keep some man. Y'all do. Y'all really do that. Y'all really be doing that. Y'all will say the most outlandish, craziest lies just out of fear. When in reality, even though I don't think he's going anywhere, no matter what you tell him. But in reality, for somebody who really is into you, that would drive them away. Be honest with someone and let them process it. And if it really is what it is, then y'all probably were meant to be in the first place. You have to look at things like that. Y'all can't look at things like, oh my God, if he'll never know if I don't tell him, or he'll never find out. Oh no, he will find out. Trust me.
He will.
Yeah.
He gonna find out one way or the other.
Right.
Now, he starts getting excited after they get engaged, and he's like, he wants to tell her daughter and all of that, because he's smart. He's trying to get accepted into the family. That's the best way in.
Mhm.
And Lisa's dodging a question because she doesn't want her daughter to know she's engaged yet, which is crazy. If you have to keep your engagement or your love a secret, to me, you shouldn't be marrying the person, and nobody can make me think anything different. You just shouldn't, because it's crazy. You're not mature enough if you feel the need to keep it a secret anyway. Like,
So
because
if
even
I'm,
if people agree with the marriage or the person you're with, you should be able to not care and
so
stuff.
if I marry a 70-year-old billionaire and I chose not to tell my mama and my family about it, I shouldn't be with that person.
No, no. I'm
Uh,
like the least materialistic person you gonna find. Listen, I'm not mad. Get your money, but if you feel the need to hide it, it's likely because that person may not be with you. Now you may stay with them knowing you don't love them because they work that money, but you don't
oh
need
no,
that.
depending on what he looked like, I might shit. Hell, you never know. I mean, depending on what he looked like, I might not push him out of bed. You just never know. I'm just saying, for me, I agree with you, friend, but I'm trying to figure out exceptions. Like,
There's
and
no
then any
exception. And
exceptions to
that's
the
why niggas be alone. Because there's no exception. That's exactly why. But
no,
you know,
you're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely,
y'all,
you're right.
we get to the room and things got awkward. I felt really bad. I'm gonna ship through this, y'all. So they get to the room, she gifts him with jewelry, and it looked like she gave him a wedding ring of some sort. That's what
It
it
was
looked
one of them
like.
ones. It was one she got on Amazon for $34.99. It was
I
cute.
cannot, not $34.99, but she pulled out lube and condoms. And I'm like, you just telling him that you need the lube down there, huh? Okay. But she pulls out the lube and condoms, and he's like, I'm tired. Can we just sleep? And she's like, okay. And then he's like, I want to take a shower. She's like, oh, we can take a shower together. And he's like, let's just sleep. And then she gets nervous and she starts trying to panic because she feels like, okay, he's declining me, he's rejecting me. I don't know what this is. So she goes to the bathroom. I hope she took a shower. I'm assuming she did. But she changed into this little negligee get up. And she comes out of the bathroom. When I say she must not into the bed,
I
got
mean,
covered and was giggling. I'm going to hell.
girl, I
Because this
tell you,
lady is
no,
an angel and she is so sweet and
she
she does
is.
not deserve to be
No.
laughed at. But don't you ever put on no lingerie and skippity skip to the bed and then play peekaboo with yourself a little bit, give a little shoulder. And
Wait a minute, wait a minute. No, it was, I'm telling you, girl, when she opened up that bathroom door and then peeked and started laughing, I
oh.
said, oh, we better get some bullshit now.
And James kept telling me when I was watching it yesterday, he was like, just wait for the room.
Girl.
Just wait for the room. The room was a mess. She does all of that, and he still is like, let's just sleep. So she feels rejected. She does try to snuggle him and all of that. And he allowed the snuggle, but he laid there with a smile. And it looked like he was just happy he avoided the sex. This man don't want her.
This man don't bit more this lady
And
is
don't come at me
dead.
about culture, y'all, because Nigerian men will fuck you quicker than most. So
I'm trying to tell you. Like, let me tell you, they listen, trust me. Grannies, y'all want a good time? Trust me, the 30-year-old Nigerians will give you a good time. I didn't see it happen in Miami plenty of times. That's why I know it is the shit. This man don't Venmo with this lady, but he ain't gonna leave her. I already know this is a for sure they going on 90-day fiance and getting married. I know that for sure is going to happen.
every time 90 Day does a couple with like an older white lady, it's this. I don't know what it is. There's been one couple. He's from Cameroon. They have hella kids now. I think they have like 5 or 6 kids, and they've actually worked out. The lady is a clear Caucasian lady from the Americas. He's from Cameroon over in Africa, but he really loves her, and you could tell she really loves him. I can't think of the name of that couple. For the people watching the live replay, 90 Day fans, please let me know. But sometimes those unconventional relationships on this show, that's why I enjoy it, do work. But these guys, it's giving Pedro and Chantel. But I just can't with Lisa and Daniel, so we go move forward to Laura and Birkan. They finally did it. They got busy. And she said that while he is gifted in size, he needs to learn the preferences of a woman, and he's not good in bed. That's essentially what she said. Nothing's wrong with that. He said he hasn't had sex in 4 years. I believe it, because who wants to have sex with a couch serving man that, ain't got no job?
Come to certain parts of California, Birkan, trust me, they will still do it.
That's true. If you get you, you're trying to
get
Lord, I got friends that'll help you out.
Me
man,
too, girl. Let me tell you, because he's not ugly by any means. So when I tell you, I know some girls. As soon as she said that, I was like, Lord, don't do that, because I know some girl that run out back and meet him at the mailbox.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Hot Mess Express. But she's telling him, and I was like, okay, good. They have their little sex. They go eat. And she asked him how he got to the city that he's in now in Turkey. And he explains that when he first came to Turkey, I guess he is not like from there. He went to Istanbul, which I believe is the capital city. The other fun fact about Istanbul is it is a city that like is in between a bunch of countries, sits on the equator. It's like fascinating geographically. So I'm a nerd, y'all. Sorry. I encourage people to look into that.
It is definitely one of my dream destinations. That's actually top 5. So I definitely want to get there at some point.
Their food is known to be some of the best, which I love it. So he's telling his story. He says he could not find a job in Istanbul. And he has debt. He kind of skipped a lot of stuff. He's like, I couldn't find a job, had to come to the city he's in now. But then he was like, he came to the city he's in now, it sounds like, because of debt. He has $50,000 worth of debt, $50K. Laura is like, is that in USD? Is that in Turkish money? I said, you know what? Good job, Laura. Very good job, because it shows her critical thinking and her antennas and cords, everything is connecting. So very good, because that's important to ask. This fool said is $50K USD. Now, US dollars, though nobody likes us right now because our president's a fucking idiot. I said what I said. It's still a valuable dollar. There are still several countries where our dollar may be more of theirs. More like it's just how it is. So the fact that his debt is in that amount for US dollars is like, wait a second, huh? And
no, it means that he over $100,000 in debt.
That's what because you got to double that number.
You got to double that number. Yeah, because when she said, okay, so is it 50,000 in yours? That's only 1,500 in US. He goes, no, it's about 50,000. So you hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt in your country. God damn.
Crazy. Maybe I need to move to Turkey. Y'all like black
too.
people? Fuck up 50,000 is 1,500.
That's what I say. But she said, oh, that's only 1,500. It's not bad. We can take care of that. He goes,
but she's a teacher. She's very smart. So I like how she was doing the numbers in her head and all of that. She didn't give him no room to bullshit. But Birkan tells her when discussing the concerns of the debt that his debt shouldn't matter, because if he's coming to America with her, he can handle that later. I said, oh no.
Hey girl, I had threw my remote. I said, I know you fucking lied.
Not you running from your debts. That's like me moving to Texas because bill collectors ain't allowed to harass you down there. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. You cannot run from your debt. You're going to have to pay it. I have debt. I have so much debt, y'all. Student loans.
Right.
Well, really student loan debt, but every person has debt. And I have no shame in it. I did what I have to do to survive. I don't have parents I can lean on and people I can go stay with and things like that. But like every time I come up, if I get a tax return, I pay off debts. That's how I'm still able to get credit cards and stuff. Shit. You got to pay your debt when you're able, but he's making a plan to run from it instead of paying it. Don't you think you'd be making a dent in your debt or more likely to get approved to come to the US if you could prove that you were paying the debts that you had? Because how are you going to go to another country, whether it be the US or any other country, if you show that you're not willing to pay your debts? What if you accumulate debts there? You're not going to pay them? Like, Birkan, no. Then we learn that he hiding something because he has a way of making money without a job, but he hasn't told her. What do you think is the secret? Do you think it's OnlyFans, or do you think that he's out here pimping people on the street?
No,
do you think he's a go-go dancer? Like, what you think it is?
Prostitution. I do. I think it's prostitution.
If that was the case, wouldn't he be better in bed?
Well, hell, women ain't allowed to open their mouths in that country like they do here in our country, where they tell you the shit. You know, they just have to take it. So no, I didn't believe the 4-year story when he said that he ain't had sex in 4 years. I didn't believe that. I didn't. I did not believe it. I felt like for me, that's a very long time to go without sex. And then not only that, the fact that you can't say what it is that you had to do for money to eat and everything, like you can't really give her a definitive answer. It's obviously something that's not orthodox. So you either stealing, you prostituting, or you scamming. It's one of the two.
You doing something shady.
You doing something that you ain't got no business doing.
Yeah, because he definitely not trading stocks. But we'll see more to come with Laura and Birkan next week. That's all we really got from them this week. Next couple we're going to discuss is Jovan and Anna. He is in the Philippines. This is our couple that's already married. I don't like Jovan worth a damn. When I say this is a terrible excuse of a man coming on television, I mean that. Terrible. You could tell this Negro think he cuter than he is, the way that he acts.
Yeah.
You could just tell. But another couple that was successful in their sex, yippee. I don't know why they're sharing this like it's love after lockup, but she ends up taking him to a local restaurant to try some food from her culture. There are different cultures within Filipino culture. All cultures are pretty, nuanced though. So I like that she shared her culture, but her culture is known to eat super spicy food. And I was laughing, but also enjoying him trying to hide the fact that he was dying from how spicy that food was. I was dying. I was laughing at that, but they discuss having kids, and Jovan makes a comment saying that if him and Anna have a kid because they've been having sex unprotected, they're married, and they're like, what happens if she gets pregnant? He's like, if I have a kid, nothing's keeping me from you. I'm going to have to be over here. And she takes that, and she did kind of flip it and cause a problem. But if she would have communicated well, she did have a valid point. Mm-hmm. Why is it that you could not see this woman for 7 years, not once? But if you have a kid, there's nothing that would stop you from getting to the Philippines to see the kid. Why didn't you have that same energy with the wife?
Right.
That's your wife. She's supposed to come first, bro. So I don't understand that, but she called him out on that. They move forward. This couple argues so damn much. We did see them go for massages, and he learns that she goes for massages often, and he pulls this ignorant standpoint of, I'm sending Anna sometimes $600 in a month. Ooh, big man, you're sending her a car payment if it was an American woman. Stop it. And this is how I know that he's like, I don't like how controlling he is in these. It's like small little red flags with Jovan that they present themselves as small, but they're really massive in real time when you have to deal with it. Because why are you talking about the money that you send her? If you're sending her money because she's not working so that she can talk to you, she can do with that money with what she chooses. Once you give it away, it's not yours no more. Now, if you're sending her money and saying pay your electric bill and you go to her apartment and she ain't got no electricity, that's another thing. But if you're
Right.
just sending her money to have, because that's your wife and you're taking care of her, you can't get mad at her because she wants to go and get a massage. Also, you're sending her 500-600 American dollars. I'm sure that massage, my sister's in the Philippines right now and had a beautiful massage on the water with food, mimosas, all this stuff with her man. She was texting me. I know it's late, Amina, and it was 3 a.m. my time, but she's like, I spent $20 and we got all of this. So stop it, Jovan, complaining about that. You don't get to control her money. But he describes the money as her treating it like a vacation fund. What is she supposed to do with the money? What else would she spend it on? Her bills are paid. She's got house. So I don't understand how he moves. They then move on to discuss some cultural stuff because she's like, my mom only speaks Tagalog, which is the traditional language of the Philippines, one of many. And she was asking Jovan, have you practiced your Tagalog? He's like, no, not really. And she's like, well, how are you going to communicate with my family? Like I communicate with your family, which we know she do from that sister. Mm-hmm. And this is where he points out that he doesn't like how she called his sister when they were having an argument. And I think the only reason he doesn't like that is because his sister was on Anna's side, because Anna is not wrong, because he's talking to somebody else in a way he shouldn't be. And he gets upset at her about this, but Anna points out, how are you upset about me with this when you're sharing your feelings on our relationship with a whole nother bitch that you used to have romantic feelings or be involved with? And he tries to tell Anna that she's not accountable and refer to her as a handful. So basically, you're trying to gaslight and manipulate this woman into thinking that she's a lot and tripping. When the reality is, you're a lot, Jovan, and you're tripping. Because, baby, you knew to look for a bitch in the Philippines because it ain't about black, white, or anything in between. An American woman would have your fucking head. And it's the truth. You would have been cussed out, put out. Your items would have been torn up. Your Xbox would have been torn up, or your PlayStation, your Switch, whatever console you like, you would have been read for filth. Your mama might have been read for filth for creating you. I mean, it would have went so many directions. He's weak. This is why black women come down sometimes on men that choose to go outside of their race, because this is how it does represent weakness. You are mad that this woman is treating money that you sent her to have as a vacation fund. You want to be allowed to talk to other bitches, but she can't talk to other men. And when people tell you you're wrong, you try to manipulate her into admitting that she's wrong so that you can feel right. He's trash. I don't like him at all. How did you feel about him in the scenes?
Equally to how you feel. I feel like he was trash. I feel like, to me, you complaining about that $600 and then talking about, well, if you didn't give her $600, you would be out there more. I feel like you bullshitting, first off. And I would have slapped the shit out of you for even saying that, because first off, you're supposed to be the man in this relationship. And you're supposed to have it to come out here and come see me. And the fact that it took you this fucking long to do it, don't sit up there and try to throw that in her face as if, because you chose her at the end of the day. So
you could have said, instead of giving you $600 every month, I'm going to save my money. You keep working and then I'll be able to see you more. Because if you save $600 for just a couple of months and you're one person, you could be in the Philippines at least once a year seeing your wife.
Or why not bring her to the States with you?
You could pay for her to come here. That's
yeah,
the truth. But I think he does this for control. I really do.
Because he could control them girls in the U.S. That's why, he was messing with the married one. So he couldn't control the girls in the U.S. So you had to get you one that you thought you could control, but you got one that actually has some sense and a mouth and actually a mind of her own. And she ain't gonna put up with that shit for you. Now, I do feel like there's some part of her that is weak-willed for him.
Yep.
So I do see that, but at the same time, she ain't no damn fool. And that's what I do like about her.
Yeah, she's likable. He's just not.
No.
So the next couple, y'all, is Emma and Ziad. They're really annoying. I don't see a future for them. Emma is more shallow than the kiddie pool. Okay? She is shallow as hell, and she will never find anybody until she stops this shallow bullshit and changes that wig. Unless she has alopecia, I'm not accepting this wig. I'm not. You got to have a disease or something, Emma. And even if you do, you can wear it right. because you look crazy in this wig. But they go to meet his friends over in Marrakesh, Morocco, and they ask, basically, Ziad's friends were actually really nice. You think in Morocco, I was expecting them to be a little judgy of her. One of them, you could tell, just did not mess with her too much. The one that
she was sitting next to, yep,
you could tell he was like, and I kind of respect him for that. But the rest of them were so sweet, especially that one that was next to Ziad.
Yes, you could tell he was trying to relate and understand her. And I appreciate him for that, because he could have been dismissive like his friend sitting across from him. He could have been like, no, I ain't fucking with. But no, he really was trying to see her point of view on a lot of things that she didn't have no point on. Like, I was like, oh, God. I said, girl, just close your mouth and zip up that wig, because you got the zipper showing right here.
I cannot, not the zipper showing. I cannot. So Ziad's friends asked him in their native language if he has given Emma a tour of Marrakesh. And the reason they ask is because they're concerned about her getting a tour of Marrakesh the way she is dressed. They are in an Islamic nation. In Islamic culture, the women dress and cover themselves in abaya and hijab when they are out. It is to be respectful, especially if you're a woman that's in a relationship or married. Most people, when they go to other countries, respect the culture of those countries or stick to the areas where they are allowed to dress how they choose, such as the airport and the facility that she was at that time. I think the other problem is Emma dresses like she's going to the club, or she's being filmed on Baddies or Love and Hip Hop. She doesn't just wear regular ass clothing. So I think even in America, the way that she dresses sometimes is not appropriate for the setting that she's in. I think that's a part of being a woman, understanding how to show you're sexy and look good and slay with your clothing for different settings. Okay. Sexy at work should not look like sexy at home. I don't care how none of y'all feel. I don't think Emma understands that. But she then says that she was told by Ziad that she could wear whatever she wanted, which pissed me off because this argument holds no weight, because Emma was just in Morocco the previous year and has a traditional outfit from her ex's mom. So she knows she can't dress like this. And she's trying to act like she doesn't know that because he told her she can wear what she wants. You know for a fact you can't dress like that in this country. So stop trying to manipulate him, Emma, before somebody burn your wig. Please. Now, the mess is the mess. The friends pretty much find out that she lied about being single at the time that they got together. Ziad told them in his language. And she then, once he tells on her, you can tell is tit for tat and childish, decides to tell them, well, I saw that he was messaging girls online. She's been holding this information and finally drops it around a bunch of people only because she don't want to look bad. And she says, I've been seeing you message girls online. And I wish he'd spoken enough English to ask, how do you know that? Where is the proof? Because you can never win an argument, even if he is doing you wrong, if the way you found out about it is through violating his space. You're not going to win because you're going to have to explain to him how you saw it. You putting apps and trackers and shit on his phone, that's a violation. Now, if you would have just went through the phone, fine. But to put an app on somebody else's phone to track what they're doing, that's creepy as fuck. If you have to do that, you shouldn't be with the person you're with and you shouldn't date. You're not ready. I ain't got time to be going through my husband's phone because I believe whatever's going on in the dark, God will show me and bring it to the light if need be. Yeah. And if you can't be in a relationship and have that standpoint, then just saying. But things go from bad to worse. He tries to explain talking to the women as him welcoming people to his country. And she's upset because she's like, well, how are you welcoming people if you're doing this from a dating app? And he does not deny it. So that lets me know, okay, whatever weird app she's put on his phone is the truth. But she then tells his friend she wants to be engaged by the end of this trip, which is crazy. Baby, if a man wants to marry you, he would have proposed while you was in America over the phone if he wanted you. If he wanted you to be his wife, he would have made that happen. He don't want you, Emma, and I don't blame him. But his friend asked him, the one next to him, do you see someone like her being your wife? Like making a family with and all of this stuff? And he's like, no, there's a 0% chance of that. Emma, ain't no engagement coming, baby. Let it go. Let it go. You should have covered yourself up. You should have respected his culture and his country. Even if you were in Morocco just to visit, respect the culture and country.
Agreed.
But then again, she took her sister's rearview mirror while driving. So do you have anything to say? I have nothing nice for this chick.
I don't have anything nice to say about her either. That was a nice try, Emma, to try to get his friends to come on your side and say, look, see, they agree with me. They agree with me. And I wish that friend would have just had 1 ounce of disrespect to say, no, I don't agree with you. But at the same time, I'm trying not to allow him to lose his shit right here and get us all arrested. You know, that's how I saw it. But, you know, something wrong with Emma. Something is definitely wrong here.
I don't think she'll find love. She's shallow and disconnected. And if she does find love, it has to be with someone shallow and disconnected. Because you ain't gonna just be falling. Nobody's in love 1 year and then automatically the next year you're in love again. It's lust that people are confusing for love. But I don't even think she has the lust. I feel like Emma has a thing for whatever reason for dating international men because she went and did the same mistake twice in a row. And very intentionally. And I don't know why they let her on the show. It's not fun to watch. And I feel like she's been on this show before with someone else.
Has she?
Probably, because I'd be watching this show, but it's my first time like sitting and like watching the shit out of it because we're on YouTube. But I feel like I have seen her with someone else on a 90-day before. And I keep saying this. I feel like I have, because I don't forget a wig like that. That thing tore up. But we're gonna get to Rick and Trisha, another Hot Mess Express couple. This fool bought a splash pad for the bed. I have never heard of anything like this. A splash pad is for the women who splash when they are extremely aroused. I didn't want to get charged for the sheets. They have to wash them anyway.
You are way too confident in your ability, sir.
I feel like he just did that to show off for the camera. That's kind of an embarrassing thing to expose about a woman on camera. But, and then you talking about you spent $50 and okay, Rick. But while the cameras were down, these two got into an argument because Trisha's motorbike was dropped off. The person who dropped off the motorbike to Trish was not a mechanic, but a friend of her ex-boyfriend who works on bikes. Rick lost his mind and they're arguing and he's upset because he believes Trisha's in contact with her ex still. She last saw her ex 4 months ago, even though he just found out in another scene that she had talked to the ex 4 months ago. But again, the only reason he's tripping on the ex is because he cheated on her. So while this girl was in a car accident and trying to figure out how to fix her property, he said, oh, I'm not hearing from her, so I'm going to go cheat on her. And now instead of telling her that he cheated, he's questioning her about something she did not do because he's guilty because he himself is a cheat. This is just what niggas do, especially the ones in California. They love to do this, so I'm not surprised. But she says she didn't tell Rick about the ex because she was worried he would be upset, which he was. She showed receipts on her phone to show that she's been ignoring his calls. And I saw the little, not just the missed call thing, but we see the missed call with the circle and the thing. That means they're blocked, but your phone will still show you that they called you. So it's just like, okay, I want this Negro to stop bitching at her when you went to Brazil and was playing house with somebody. I don't understand it.
I didn't understand it either. And I was like, okay, she's showing you the proof. She's showing that his number is blocked. Regardless if she did it last night, the number is blocked. So I don't know. To me, it's more so, I don't know. And I may be off with this. So don't, catch me. Yeah. I feel like he got that other lady pregnant.
Why would you think he was off? He went somewhere. He went to Brazil and was fucking on people. I used to have a friend who went to Brazil and he used to make a joke. I might have gotten someone pregnant out there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, no, because the way I'm saying it's one thing because he looked like he would cheat on her just for general purposes. It don't look like it was. He looked like he ain't finna go without no. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't strike me as that type that just goes without and just completely celibate for her. He just doesn't give me that type of guy. I know what he said in the beginning, but I just don't believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's on a serial cheater, Rick.
Yeah.
Like from the moment we seen him. So
And I
I'm
think
glad
it's one of them baby mamas. I think that he rotate between the baby mamas, talking about he's seeing the kids. They go upstairs and while the kids watch cartoons, they get it on. He pick up the kids and be gone. He gives me one of those guys. I'm sorry, y'all. I grew up in the Bay Area. That's what men did. Men would have girlfriends, and when they go pick up their kids, they be gone for 2 or 3 hours, and they come back and act like ain't nothing happened.
Yep. It's the truth. But I'm tired of Rick. Coward. Let's get into Aviva and Stig. Aviva looked like she's slow or something. I'm sorry. She be looking so confused, mouth open. One of the
Phoenix
eyes,
women,
like,
y'all. I keep trying to tell
she just
you.
looked
Phoenix
lost.
women.
She just looked
Phoenix
confused.
women.
But her and Stig, their sexual chemistry went well. This is another couple that had sex, but they had sex without any protection. He apparently wants a family and to settle down. You got to be careful with men that want a family and want to settle down and are willing to like impregnate you before you actually settle down. Having a kid is not settling down. Usually it's choosing to be with the one person first, and then you and your family and all of that can settle down. But she goes to the studio because he is a Belizean artist that is popular in Belize, and she meets his producer and his manager. Now, his messy ass manager is talking to her while Stig is recording a song for her. He's in the studio talking about how much he loved her, and the manager is talking about how he had an ex in Texas not long ago that he liked, and he was in love with this lady and talking about wanting to make a baby and have a family with this woman. And this was not long ago. So Aviva is upset throughout the episode because apparently Stig went to Texas. And when he went to Texas, she thinks that it was to be with this woman. And she feels like he's lying. You feel like he's lying because it's too good to be true. But you from Phoenix and that sun has fried your brain. And now you're going to try and find other reasons. But your auntie has warned you. His manager has warned you. They trying to warn you. They trying because they don't want to deal with no angry white woman in Belize.
Here's the thing about Phoenix women, because I tell you, I live here. I know Phoenix women have to see the shit for themselves. You can't just tell them, oh, he dangerous. They can actually see something. Let me tell you something. They can see the man shoot the person, and the man can tell them they didn't do it, and they have to go to the hospital to verify it.
Let's see.
That's how Phoenix women are. They can see the man do it clear as day. He said, I didn't shoot him. And they're like, okay, well, if we go to the hospital, we'll verify that. It's like, ma'am, the signs are there. Everything is there. You know what else is there? The fact that he went to Texas and you stay in Phoenix, and that's 2 states over.
It's not far.
You mean to tell me he couldn't come to you?
In Texas, he couldn't get a layover at the Sky Harbor International Airport, which is one of the larger airports in this country that does a lot of layovers.
You mean to tell me he couldn't come to Phoenix to come see your ass? See, this is how I know she's stupid. This is how I know she's stupid. Like,
or he couldn't have her go to Texas. She could have drove.
That too. I ain't driving no Texas. No, fuck all that. You can come to Phoenix. That ain't $100. That ain't $127.
She saved old Chinese food that she knew that would make him sick just to show him that she got it. Like she couldn't take a picture and send it, just to throw it away. That girl ain't wrapped tight. Now, last thing we see is they try to go out on this little date on the water, and she talks to him about wanting a family with someone else because she's concerned, like you just family hopping, saying whoever you can get pregnant, you'll get pregnant. He doesn't deny wanting a family, and I was glad he didn't, because if you want kids, don't deny kids. But she asked him why he went to Texas and didn't invite her, and he didn't have an answer. And my thing is the way that he handled the conflict. He's always going to handle conflict like this. He was just looking for whatever would shut her up. I did like that he attempted to communicate, but don't push someone to communicate with you if you know that you're going to gaslight them or tell them half of the truth. actually communicate.
Right.
That's all I have to say on Aviva and Stig for this episode. Do you have anything to add?
The only thing I'm gonna add is, ladies from Phoenix, when y'all come on shows like this, I don't need y'all to be so aloof and
They will.
so
They will.
ridiculous
They will. Like
that y'all sit up here, and because there's people who move here from other places all the time. So when y'all do that, that makes them feel like other women will do that. Other women don't do that goofy shit. So I need y'all, when y'all come on these shows like this, to stop being so damn stupid. Because when that man outed that he went to Texas and you didn't even question, because I know you knew he went, because you said it in your confessional. I knew he was going to Texas. I said, okay, so you know he's going to Texas, but he couldn't stop and spend 2 days in Phoenix with you.
child.
And that's 2 states over, literally 2 states over. It takes 16 hours to get there by car.
Yes. Hello, also. I guess my cat has joined the live. All right. Hi. Oh, anywho, we gonna move on to the last couple. Yeah, go away. Forrest and Sheena. I thought we were gonna get to meet her parents. We didn't. We see them on the way to meet her parents. They got to take a 2-hour bus ride. Then they get off of the 2-hour bus ride and they got to get on this cab ride. They are some larger people. Look like they was scrunched up in the back there. She's trying to prepare for it. She's like, they're going to ask you if you have a job, if you can support me, and like why you want to be with me. And he's nervous because he's like, I don't like that they're asking me about stuff when your money's going to them. Baby, her money's going to them, not yours. Why ain't got no job? Because autism and ADHD is not a reason to not have a job. It's not. I work with case managers and social workers that have been diagnosed as being on the spectrum or have ADHD. We've had some of them explain it to us because they don't want people looking at them crazy when their desk is like this and they're like, you know, I've seen some of them have to pause for medication and stuff, but you can work if you're on the spectrum or have a developmental disability. You can absolutely work. So Forrest, don't sit here and tell me that you don't have a job because it's hard for you to focus when there's medication that is made to help you overcome that.
So this confused me, and I'm
How
glad
did you
you're.
get through school?
Yeah, I'm glad you're clarifying this because this confused me because I always thought that they were sending her money, and that's what was the whole issue.
No, the issue. So Sheena is a veterinarian in the Philippines. Forrest, we know he lives in the Dales, Oregon. Forrest, I didn't know he wasn't employed. We knew that he had autism. We knew that he had ADHD.
Mhm.
But Sheena, the issue is she tells Forrest, oh, baby, I'm saving my money. I'm not going to give as much to my parents while still giving her parents money. So she's not able to support herself and save, but she's able to support herself and help her family.
So was he giving her money so she could support herself?
No.
Okay, I'm
No, that's the part that is crazy. Because I can understand Molly. That's why Molly has been here. Like, we get you sending money to your family. Why did you lie about it? Because it's not their money and she can do what she wants with her money.
Oh,
But the fact
wait,
that
okay, I need to go back and watch that now.
Yeah, that's why Molly was upset. She said, I understand you want to take care of your parents. That's fine. But why did you lie to us about it? So that part is strange. But I'm starting to think that the reason that Sheena lied is because it is true in Filipino culture, and honestly in most cultures, the man needs the lead. How are you going to provide for their daughter in America on a disability check?
Right.
Like,
I need to go back and watch that because I just thought they were
thought this whole time it was his money.
I thought I really did. I really thought this whole time
he getting $8.89 a month, James.
Then what the fuck? That ain't none of y'all fucking business. Why is she giving her family money? Then what the fuck are y'all?
Thank you.
What are y'all mad at?
Now I'm starting to because when you're on Social Security for what he has, he's likely getting. I do social work. I be seeing people with these documents. I be helping people get their award letters. He's probably only getting, with the type of disability he has, probably $500 to $900 a month. Now, if you have disabilities like what he has, usually you're connected with a social worker or a case manager who can make you aware of what's called public supportive housing that we have all throughout California, Oregon, Seattle, Washington State, all of that. Public supportive housing is basically, it's not Section 8. It's usually more local based on local government, but it provides people with disabilities like that with a place to live where they don't have to worry about utilities. All they have to do is pay they rent, which is usually discounted and or subsidized. So I feel like that's probably how Forrest is paying for his life. That's probably why his mom is so involved, because people with disabilities like his often have payees, meaning it's probably paid to his mom to him. And I feel like the reason the money is a big deal is because he's on a fixed income. So the only way that Sheena can get to the US and they can be together is if she pays. It's very, very backwards. And now I worry for Sheena because, baby girl, if you come to the US and they don't accept your veterinary degree over here, how y'all gonna make money? Because where he's living in Oregon ain't many options for jobs. You better get your ass to Portland and work at Nike. Because, child, hi, Delightful Dawn. What didn't you like?
Wait, oh my God.
Because sometimes they be showing us these comments late.
I am just like, I'm
James is still
flabbergasted. No, I am flabbergasted. I could have sworn the issue was they were sending her money, and then when they were sending her money, she was lying about saving the money and giving it to her parents. That's what I thought the whole time. I didn't know
As
she
you said, she's the responsible one, Sheena.
Oh, Molly, you out your fucking mind.
It's
I'm
that,
sorry.
like,
I would have cussed. Okay, now I
it's
feel bad
her
for
money.
Now I feel bad for laughing when Molly put that napkin down. Now I wish she would have knocked the shit out of Molly now.
I think that's why she cries, because what I will say, my best friend, shout out to Nevin, one of my best friends is Filipino, and he was born over there, tells me a lot about the culture, especially with family and stuff. And Filipino people are generally pretty honest. They don't tend to be scammers. They tend to work hard. They're more so about family than anything, you know? And I feel like, Forrest, how can you be with Molly, or not Molly, oh Lord, how can you be with Sheena for so many years and not understand and accept that part of her culture? Because that is a part of their culture. You come to the Bay Area right now, you go to Union City, you go to Oakland, you see Filipino family, Cambodian family, honestly, family of any Asian descent. They living in houses together, supporting each other, taking care of each other. It's in their culture. They take care of their parents when they get older. That's literally a cultural tradition. So it's odd that Forrest was not acknowledging that. But honestly, Forrest and Molly look like the scammers. I feel like Molly has a right to be concerned, because I still want to know why Sheena lied. But she said herself that she's extremely frustrated with the fact Forrest doesn't work. And how do you go to your man's mom and be like, your son don't work? And he can, when you know, especially being colorless, the first thing that they're going to do, well, he's got special needs.
Well, he shouldn't be on this fucking website dating. I'm sorry. No.
He can work.
I done got pissed off now. No, fuck all that. I'm sorry. You're not gonna ask me, and you're not gonna confront me over what the fuck I do with my money if I'm not asking you for yours. I'm not sorry. There is no question. I would have told her.
You don't understand, y'all aren't married. So, like, if I'm talking to my husband and we come up with a budget plan and I'm supposed to do this with my money and he's doing that with his money, fine. But y'all not married, Forrest. And you don't have any income, brother. And even with Social Security, the state of Oregon and the state of California allows you to work to up to 26 hours in a month to supplement for what you're not getting. Get off your ass and get a job. Oh, lazy. That's okay. Yeah, I always catch your comments. I'm pretty active, so I appreciate you for the follow. I followed you back. I also appreciate you for subscribing and commenting.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Yeah, I need to go follow you back. Sorry, Delightful Dawn. Let me follow you back. I saw that.
Terrible with social media.
I am so horrible with social media. I am so I'm gonna get that is my goal this year, is to become better at it. She just reminded me I needed to follow you back, because I said I was gonna do that when I got back from the gym. I am so sorry I did not. But I'm following you now, girl. Make sure you DM me, Delightful Dawn. I think it was you that said you used to do YouTube. We got to get you back up here.
He's never
So
letting it go. You should
I'm
have never
not.
told him.
You should have
You
never
should
told me
have
that.
never told him.
I'm sorry. I'm here for my black women, y'all. I'm sorry. I love y'all way too much. I have a black mom. I love y'all way too much. We all can be eating right now. So yeah, definitely reach out to me, girl. Come on. You can come on my channel whenever, whatever show you want. Let's help you get you back out here because I want you back out here. I really do.
Yes, I extend the same thing. Just let me know. I invite people. That's it. Let me see. She said, I have so much to say. Let me calm down.
Oh, you need to be up here. You need to be up here with us. Like
his ass is dating and made his house a smart house. If you can make your house a smart house, you could go get a job at AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon,
you know,
Walmart's
it
tech
makes sense
department,
because that's a trailer
Target.
park. That was a trailer park he was living in, and you know that's only $120 a month. So that makes so much more sense now. I got you.
Most of his money probably goes to his space rent.
Yeah,
if we're being honest. But
yeah, I totally got it now. I'm so mad that I missed. Oh my god, yeah, I got to go back and rewatch it now because I could have sworn. Like
Delightful Dawn, follow me on TikTok. It's the exact same. What is that called with the handle? I look old.
The handle name or some shit like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok also. I'm gonna start posting like little shorts there once I get my shit together. I'm trying. But yeah, Forrest and Sheena are crazy, but I don't blame you, Sheena. A man should be able to take care of not just himself, he should be able to take care of you too. And a woman should be able to take care of herself as well. And it looks like Sheena can take care of herself. Molly can take care of herself. Everybody involved, it seems, could take care of themselves except for Forrest. Because Sheena's parents did something for her to be able to get the education that she has, to have the career that she has. So I can't even fully fault them. They just align it with culture. But Forrest,
Will Molly bring her ass up on the screen again? I am going the fuck off. I'm sorry. I really did think, y'all, I'm still mad about this. Because y'all understand that lady was crying. Molly was pretty much bullying this lady over shit. I don't give a fuck about her lying about her money. That's her money and they are not married.
But that's the thing. I hope Sheena speaks up because it's looking like, I don't know. It's giving Molly's getting old and needs Forrest to be with someone so she doesn't have to take care of him as much and worry about him anymore. But I think that if Forrest can stand up to Molly and be prepared to talk to her parent or talk to Sheena's parents and face them, then I think he's man enough to get a job and handle this whole situation on his own. But yeah, she does. That's what I just said. People with disabilities like his usually have a payee. They usually have a payee.
Which is
and
worse.
So Molly is probably getting it. That's probably the issue. So, I mean, who knows? The whole situation's messy as hell. But now I'm even more interested in Forrest and Sheena's story and how it ends.
Because if she does come out here to the States, and let's say they do accept her veterinarian degree, she's going to be making a whole lot more money.
A whole
lot more money. And see, yeah, this is definitely giving we scamming this lady to come down here. Because I'm sure, because people study abroad all the time. So I'm sure her degree is going to suffice in the US. Oh, that's so fucked up. Wow. And here I am feeling bad for him and Molly because I'm thinking Sheena scamming them, but hell,
I thought the parents, and I just looked online, it says, yes, a veterinary degree from the Philippines can be valid in the US. It just requires completing your certification program, which could include the AVMA, ECFVG, or AAVSBs or PAVE. Fun fact, y'all, I used to want to be a veterinarian. It was my childhood, high school, and adult dream. So it looks like she'll have to just take a test that you take after you finish school. And if she can pass that test, she can
residency one.
And with him living in Oregon, all them farm animals and wildlife, she could make a lot of money because a lot of veterinarians in the US, unless you go to, I believe it's Michigan, is where you can go to like get a degree in farm animals and things like that. Or if you come to California, Davis, you can learn You can learn a lot about like traditional domestic pets. And then I know Chicago has a really good vet program where you can learn about study to become a zoologist and work with like exotic creatures and stuff. Y'all, I really used to want to do it, but
That's
that
crazy. I
payment
almost
was
know
not in my life plan. But yeah, she can make
because
a lot of
yeah,
money.
she can make a lot of money, send her family a lot of money. Keep the $250 space rent for him, but I don't want her to do that.
I agree with this too, Delightful Dawn. Her culture and personality are holding her back. I wish Sheena would just talk to Forrest about her concerns because you could tell they're just on a cloud having fun, but you got to talk to him about some
But
serious stuff.
the thing about it, she can't do that without trusting that he won't run back and tell Molly. That's the thing.
Oh, well, she got a woman up and do it anyway because you're not going to be accusing and screaming at me about what the fuck I do with my money when your son don't have none. Like, there's no way you're going to tell me that. You got to be submissive. I always encourage women, like, if you're in a relationship, be submissive, sure. But be careful who you're submissive to.
Well, look at it as like you have to have like a split personality almost. Like there should be a submissive side of you always, but there also should be the realism. And you should be able to go back in between. That's why we have two parts of the brain. You should be able to be submissive on this part of your brain and then be your real life person on this part of your brain. So when the real life person needs to oversee that submissive side, it can easily do that. It's like a comb over. You know how y'all ladies comb over y'all hair from one side of your head. It should be as simple as that.
That's the truth.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, no, y'all, I'm really mad about this. I'm sorry. I got to go back and watch this now.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole time. Go to
because I normally don't miss shit like this. That's why I'm saying I normally do not miss things like this. That's why I'm mad at myself right now.
Yeah, he kept saying the first couple of episodes, but it was really explained, I think, when he got to the Philippines. Like, it's her.
Okay, I gotta go back and watch
it. She's supposed to. He wants her to stop funding her parents. That's why he keeps saying that. He needs to stop funding her parents' life. But again, who are you to tell someone not to take care of their parent?
Right, because I'm sure Molly got some of your checks at one point before you got into your
James is irritated. I had a feeling he didn't quite catch it because Molly was a lot. Molly is a lot. If you're watching this, she's a lot. But child, once you connect the dots, you're like, wait a minute. You ain't lost no money, Forrest?
Yeah, because I'm thinking he lost. Girl, when I tell y'all, I thought Forrest was sending her money. I thought that she was lying about the money he was sending her. I thought that that's the reason why Molly was giving
Molly's
her ass.
Paranoid because the woman in Indonesia, it sounds like he was doing those things.
Okay, but then you need to get his ass.
This is a whole different woman and a
whole different. You need to get his ass off these websites if that's the case.
I can't find one thing about Sheena that I don't like. She seems really sweet, and now that kind of makes sense why.
The only thing I like, she needs to speak up. Like I get in your culture, and that's the thing. Y'all have to separate culture from day to day real life at times.
No, because that's impossible according to science and unfair to ask.
I know it is, but I know it is, but I'm saying to choose you in the moment. I'm sorry, to choose yourself.
People because there's no way a man culture, but she's not losing money to him. It's more so just her having to explain something. I do wish she'd say something. I feel like she'll say something to him after he meets with her parents because I feel like her parents are going to be forthright in a way that she's not able to, if that makes sense.
But then I think that's going to confuse the whole situation. That's why I'm so mad right now. I get it, y'all. I totally get it. I'm not trying to be insensitive to culture. Please understand that. I am just upset that somebody can come to your home country and tell you that I need to be honest about supporting my family when I have the money to do so. That ain't none of your fucking business because when I get to America and transfer my job and get a motherfucking job, I'm going to be making way more money. Yes, she's going to be sending that money because she can do that shit on her own and be able to take care of Forrest and probably Molly's fucking that. Oh, I done got mad. Yes, again.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. Eventually, these two are going to have to talk to each other. Yes, Molly's a problem. Molly's definitely a problem, but everybody just needs to tell the truth. These clear people, I knew there was going to be a problem the moment I seen Molly. I knew it was going to be a problem. I knew Forrest would be a problem when I seen the smart house. So it seemed like Forrest and his mom.
I've never seen a smart trailer house before.
If you can afford to make your trailer smart, you can afford the apartment.
I'm just
That'll
saying.
probably come with some of the things you had to do to make it.
And I'm not trying to dodge people who live in trailer parks. Look, I get it. Let me tell y'all, it's been a time or two. My ass almost ended up there. So let me understand. Let me try to understand something. I get it. I'm not trying to judge anybody. But what I have a problem with is a man that do not work, a man who literally is getting a check from the system. Rightfully so. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. But what I'm saying is for your mama to come 30,000 miles to have the audacity to confront somebody about what the fuck they're doing when she's working and he's not.
All I know, Forrest better figure it out. But y'all, that was it for this episode. We got every couple this episode. But I was glad that it wasn't too long with the explanations of each couple. We're going to be back again next Monday. I only did this one today because I had fucked up the Valley Persian style and I was like, uh-oh. So I decided to just move it. We'll be back live on James's channel tomorrow to go over the reunion part 1 of Salt Lake City. That should be interesting, or to be like every other reunion with Salt Lake City. I'm starting to think they're a little overrated and I want them to get rid of Heather, but I digress. We may also be live for Love and Hip Hop Miami if it airs tonight. We'll be live Saturday morning around probably 10 a.m. my time or 9:30 a.m. my time. I'm going to figure out the dates or the times later, but we'll be live going over Love During Lockup with James and Kiwan JTV. Other than that, y'all, I hope everyone likes the video. Shout out to the replay gang. Let me catch this comment before I go. I've never seen Salt Lake, but I'll try to be there. It's okay. Yeah. Salt Lake is okay. I think as Black people, don't watch any season of Salt Lake prior to Mary Cosby's return.
Right, because I wasn't gonna cover the show until I knew she was coming back. Because to be honest, between her and then Jen Shaw, they were the only entertaining people on the show. And that was very evident when season 3 of the show happened. It was extremely boring.
Yeah. Yeah. And in some ways it still is because they're doing the same repetitive things. But it's somewhat entertaining. I would say I have more fun with Salt Lake City doing the lives than I do watching the show. I think it's one of those shows that's fun to discuss, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to discuss them. The people are so
But that's as deep as it goes for me. But tap in to that, you guys. Other than that, love and light to everybody. Thug life. We will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your evening. Bye.